Now, I have already shown here that this triangle is equilateral, and so therefore all the sides of this triangle ABD must be equal. Therefore, all these sides of this triangle, this side, this side, this side, all will be equal. So that means I can write AB is equal to AD is equal to BD. AB is equal to AD is equal to BD. Okay. So once I have proven that this triangle is equilateral, now I come to the second part. First, I will discuss what to do, then I will write. Okay. Now I have shown that this triangle is equilateral. Let us say I take this length as A. Then this length will also be A. And what will be this length? BD. This BD will also be A. Now if BD is A, then we know that the diagonals of a rhombus, they are perpendicular bisectors of each other. If this entire length BD is A, then this must be A by 2 and this must be A by 2, right or wrong? Tell me if you could understand this.
No, sir, I do not understand.
If all the sides are A, this side is A, this side is A, then this side, what about this total side, this BD? I mean, how do I show this side, this entire side of this triangle? This should also be A.
Yes,
Tell me.
sir.
And you know, if this entire side BD is A, you know that the diagonals of a rhombus, they bisect each other. They are perpendicular bisectors of each other. That means if this entire length is A, that means half of this length must lie here and half of this length must lie here. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir. A by 2. Yes, sir. Yes.
Right? And this is also 90 degree because diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Right? Now what we do is we consider this right angle triangle. Okay. In this right angle triangle, if you see, this one is your hypotenuse, AB. This is your perpendicular. This side is your perpendicular. You can find out the base. So we will find out the base from Pythagoras theorem. Now once we find out this, suppose we get the length of this to be say B. Whatever, I mean, we'll get some length. Suppose I call this B. We can get this length as B. If this length is B, then this length will also be B. Right or wrong? If I call this point O, by Pythagoras theorem, can I find OA as B? Suppose. Can I find OA? Yes, tell me whether I can find or not.
Sir, we can.
By Pythagoras theorem, can I find OA?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Can.
sir. So base.
Yes,
OA is the
base.
base.
Right? We can find OA. Suppose we find OA to be say B. Suppose I find OA to be B. Then can I say this length is also B? Can I say? Yes, I
Sir,
can say.
it will be B or it will be B by 2.
No, not B by 2. If I am finding this length to be B, then this length is equal to this length. And this length is equal to this length. Because why did I take A by 2? Because my entire length BD here was A. That is why this was half of A, which is A by 2. Understood? But here in this case, we are finding this length as B. Therefore, this length will be B. Understood? Not B by 2. If I take this entire length AC as B, then I will take B by 2. Understood?
Yes, yes.
Let us first find OA. Let us first find OA. Then we'll see what can. If you can't understand this part a little, let us first find OA. If you have understood till
So
this
OA
part,
is which triangle's base?
OA is the base of this triangle, OAB, this right angle triangle, because this is a 90-degree angle. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we do is we proceed to find OA first. So what we'll do is we'll first say, once I've proved this to be equilateral, let us say let AB is equal to AD is equal to BD is equal to A. Now BD is what? BD is the diagonal, right? So BD is the diagonal. So what should be OB and OA? OB and OD? OB and OD should be A by 2. Therefore, OB is equal to OD is equal to half of A, half of BD is equal to half of A, which is equal to A by
Good
2.
morning, sir.
Good morning. Because since the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other. Okay. So therefore, what we have found OB, OD to be A by 2. Just as I have explained here. Okay. So now this side is my A by 2. Okay. Also, we'll say that AC perpendicular to BD. That is, this angle is 90 degree. This one. That is what we are going to write. Also, AC perpendicular to BD, because the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Okay. So we have shown that this angle, one angle in this triangle is 90 degree. So now we consider this right angle triangle in which my hypotenuse is AB. Okay. So we consider in the right angle triangle OAB. In the right angle triangle OAB. AB is the hypotenuse. This one is my hypotenuse. This side. I'll write AB square, hypotenuse square. Which one is my perpendicular? Perpendicular is OB. OB square. And which one is my base? My base is this side, OA, which we need to find. OA. And how much is AB? AB we have taken as A. So we put the value here, A. And OB is A by 2. We put A by 2 here. Plus OA. We need to find OA.
OA.
So how much is OA? This is, let me just write this as A square is equal to A square by 4 plus OA square. Okay, because A by 2 whole square is A square by 4. That means OA square is A square minus A square by 4. You take the LCM, you get 4A square minus A square by 4, which is 3A square by 4. So what OA we are getting as 3A square by 4. Therefore, what should be OA? Square root of 3A square by 4, which is square root 3 square root A square by square root 4, which is A root 3 by 2 units, right? So now this length we have got how much? A root 3 by 2. So what should be this length? This length should also be A root 3 by 2, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Agreed, all of you? So we write OA is equal to OC. OA is equal to OC is equal to A root 3 by 2. Therefore, what should be the length of the diagonals now? What is the length of BD? The length of BD we had taken as, so therefore BD, length of BD we had taken as A units, right? Isn't it here? If you see,
Sir,
length of BD we had taken A units. And what is the length of the other diagonal? AC. What is the length of this diagonal? Let me mark here. What is the length of this diagonal? This one. It is twice of this length, isn't it? Twice of OA. Therefore, AC is twice of OA. And how much is OA we have found out? We have found out OA to be A root 3 by 2. You cancel this, you get A root 3. So what is the ratio? We have to find the ratio AC is to BD. So what is AC by BD? AC by BD is A root 3 by A. So A and A cancel. You simply get root 3. So therefore, what is the ratio? AC is to BD. Root 3 is to 1. Okay, any question here? Any question at this step? AC is equal to twice of OA. No question? Fine. Then we proceed to the next one. Number 11. Oh, number 12. Number 10, sorry. The problem with arrangement of pages. In this figure, it is given here that ABCD is a parallelogram and you have squares on the side AB and BC. Okay, let's see, we'll try to draw the diagram. In this figure, it is given that ABCD is a parallelogram. So let's draw a parallelogram here. Okay, this is parallelogram, and in this parallelogram you have two squares. Okay, so you have two squares. Say, let me draw the squares freehand. Here you have a square here. Okay, and you have a square here. Okay, you have two squares here. So this is a parallelogram, so these two have to be parallel. Okay, let's label the vertices A, B, C, D. The others are E, F, G, H. Okay, and these are squares given, so you can take these angles to be 90 degree, all these angles. All these angles you can take 90 degree. Okay, the question here is prove that FG is equal to AC. So AC here is, you join this. This is your AC, and FG here is this. Okay, the straight line is your FG. You need to show that these two are equal. So how do I proceed? to show these two are equal? Can you tell me how to show that these two are equal? These two are very different sides. If I can show that these two triangles are congruent, this triangle and this triangle, congruent, can I say that by CPCT, can I say that FG and AC are equal? Can I say? If I can say, if I can show this triangle and this triangle are congruent.
Yes, sir. Then by CPCT it can be
We
done.
can say. And I'll ask you to stop chatting. Okay. Focus on this. Then by CPCT I can say FG is equal to C. But the problem here is how to show that these two are congruent. So let's see first.
हम लोग संधा है
Sir
हम
will
लोग देख ही नहीं
come.
सकते सर
Sir
डिस्कनेक्टेड
will
नहीं
come.
डिस्कनेक्टेड
Keep quiet, sir will come.
Sir is recording, sir came.
Yes. So I'm back here.
Morning, sir.
Now see, as I was discussing, if I can show that these two triangles are congruent in this figure, if I can show this triangle is congruent to this triangle, then I can say that FG is equal to AC by CPCT. But the question is how to show that these two triangles are congruent. Now see, first what you must realize is, since this is a square, all these sides must be equal, right? All these are equal. Since this is a square, so all these sides must also be equal. Right? All these must be equal. But however,
Yes, sir.
this side and this side are equal, isn't it? Yes. Do you understand what I said?
Yes, sir.
Why are they equal? Because they are the opposite sides of a parallelogram. Okay. So what you see here is that in this square, all the four sides are equal. In this
चल
square,
चल काम कर दिमाग खाता
in this triangle, all the four sides are equal. Okay. What else can I say?
Sir, AB is equals to DC.
AB is equal to BC.
DC, sir.
DC, yes, you can say AB is equal to DC. You can also say these two are equal. But it will not be of any use. We will not be able to use DC. We will not be able to use this information. You are correct, but we will not be using this. You know why? Because we are mainly talking about this triangle and this triangle. So we are only concerned with sides or the angles of this triangle. But anyway, let's see whether we can use it. It does not seem that we'll be using that information. So now only thing is left is either one side you have to show they are equal, or you can show that any one angle is equal. Why? Because if you see in these two triangles, in this triangle and in this triangle, you see that this side is equal to this side, right? Also, this side of this triangle is equal to this side, right? So two corresponding sides of the triangle have been shown to be equal. Now what is left? Either one side you can show or one angle, but side you have to prove, isn't it? The only one side that is left is FG and AC, but that is you have to show them to be equal. So you cannot take them to be equal. Okay, that is you have to prove. So that means that you have to show any one angle to be equal. So which angle is left here? Which angle do you need to show to be equal? See, I call this angle x. So I call this angle x.
X.
Okay. This is also 90 degree, right? So what should be the value of this angle? See that x plus 90 plus 90 plus, what is this angle? This angle is angle DAB. Angle DAB. The unknown angle that I want to find out.
Equal to 360.
360,
Is
because
equal to 360.
one complete angle. Okay, so therefore what is angle x plus 180 plus angle
X
DAB
plus 180 plus
is 360. That means angle DAB is 360 minus 180 minus x, which will give you 180 minus x. So this angle, how much are you getting? 180 minus x. This angle, right?
180 minus.
And you know that this angle, DAB and this angle are co-interior angles, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means the sum of these two angles must be 180 degree. That means we call
Yes,
this
sir.
angle what? Angle ABC, right? So angle ABC plus angle ADB, angle ABC plus angle ADB is 180 degree because they are co-interior angles.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means angle ABC we need to find, and angle ADB, or it's not ADB, it is DAB. Angle DAB.
Plus 180 minus X.
180 minus x is equal to 180. So therefore you get 1 ABC must be equal to x. So this also we have shown that this angle is also x. So that means these two sides are equal. This side equal to this side equal to this side, and we have shown that these two angles are also equal. This angle is equal to this angle. So by what axiom can I say these two triangles are congruent? By what axiom can I say? If you see in this triangle, this side is involved, this side is involved, and this included angle is involved.
Side.
So it has to be
angle side. SAS axiom.
SAS by SAS.
SAS.
Okay, so that is what. So here I give my reason here. One complete angle. Okay, and I say that ABC is also x. Therefore, I have shown that angle. Let me write here. Let angle FAG is equal to x. Let angle FAG is equal to x. So I have shown here that angle FAG is equal to angle ABC is equal to x. Now I'll prove congruency. In triangle AFG, let's see, yes, in triangle FAG and ABC, FAG and triangle ABC, angle FAG is equal to angle ABC as shown above. One angle I have proved equal as shown above. Okay, next which side? AF is equal to BC. AF
AF is equal to BC.
is equal to BC. This is given, right? And what else? AG is equal to AB. AG is equal to AB.
AB.
In fact, not given, you can write the sides of a square here. You can write here sides of
Sides of
a square. Okay. Also, you can write here sides of a square. So therefore, triangle FAG is congruent to triangle ABC. This is by
ABC.
SAS axiom. And therefore, now these two angles are equal. This angle X and this angle X are equal, and opposite to this angle is this side. Opposite to this angle is this side. Therefore, we write FG is equal to AC by CPCT. Hence proved. Okay, now this part actually has due to the wrong arrangement of pages, this part has actually come here. Okay, that this I mentioned yesterday also. Okay, so you can have a look at the proof of congruency part here. Okay, so